Honorable Chair, my name is Gifty Chumampofo, the Deputy Minister in charge of TVET, Deputy Minister for Education in charge of TVET. I'm here in my minister's stead. Honorable Chair, by Act 1023, NABTEX has been crashed into Commission for TVET. So the officers of Commission for TVET are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. My name is Fred Che Asamoah, the Director General for Commission for TVET.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. My name is Charissa Asamoah, Director of Finance, TVET.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. My name is Samson Damtititi. I'm the Director for Accreditation, Assessment and Certification, TVET.
All right, thank you very much for coming. So we'll start with paragraph 1161, and it's done by the Deputy Ranking.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And this has to do with your financial statements. If you look at the financial statements, we noticed a deficit of 158,916.75%, representing some 113% decrease. If you were to compare this, your 2020 financial statement to the 2019 financial statement. And largely, if you look at your income, even in 2020, government gave you more money as compared to 2019. But your challenge is with the internally generated fund. There was a decrease in your IGF. Are you able to explain what accounted for that?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. The IGF for SY NABTEX was a result of revenue collected from examinations, and it's based on the number of learners that are examined. Honorable Chair, I'm happy to say that the number of learners have increased as of now, and is in good position. Thank you.
If you look at your expenditure, there was a 50% increment, 50% change in your compensation for employees. Is it the case that you employed more people between 2019 and 2020?
Honorable Chair, per the payroll, additional employees were added, and in addition, also compensation with benefit was also added.
All right. Thank you very much. Chairman, I think fairly it's a good statement if we are to compare the two. And that will be all for me.
All right, thank you very much. So your next infraction is about abandoned vehicle. The auditor says that the examination of the board's pool of vehicles disclosed that Toyota Land Cruiser Prado with the registration number GM 238214 had developed an engine fault. They further noted that the vehicle has since been parked and abandoned at Lakeman's Motors, a private garage, for over 1 year. The recommendation is that management is urged to follow up on the abandoned vehicle without further delay. What action have you taken?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Respectfully, the recommendation of the auditors was taken and implemented, and when we appeared in front of the Honorable Committee, it was discussed and also taken care of. We did follow up after our meeting here last year with approval from the board of the commission, approval from the Ministry of Finance, and the said vehicle has been auctioned and the revenue deposited.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, confirm.
That will all for TVET, your discharge. Let's have NCT. National Council for Tertiary Education. And kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chair, the NTC had also been fused together with National Accreditation Board to give us the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, Gtech. Thank you very much. And the officers are here.
Honorable Chair, my name is Mohammed Salifu. I'm the Director General for Gtech.
Honorable Chair, my name is Nancy Doe. I'm the Head of Internal Audit.
Honorable Chair, my name is Hussein Mohammed, Head of Accounts.
Honorable Chair, my name is Franco Kunketia, Director of Finance.
Thank you. You have a number of issues in the report. So starting from paragraph 1122, which is actually your financial statement. Again, you also made a deficit of 2.1 million, coming from a surplus of 2.9. The main causes of this is actually the dip in your GOG subvention. Is there any reason why government gave you only 3.8 million in 2020 as against 6.2 million in 2019? Is there any reason for that?
Normally, they used to channel the
Have you forgotten?
the universities, they are listed
there. Honorable Chair, the subvention for the universities used to be channeled through NCTA, and as a result of reforms in the policy, they were sent directly to them. NCTA used to, actually disperse the funding to them. So there's been a change during the audit period, and so that's one account. On the other account, also the goods and services for that period actually came down significantly.
So my understanding is that previously the universities, you receive their subventions and then you disperse to them.
Yes, sir.
So as you're disbursing, you reserve small for yourself. Now they are sending directly, so you don't have the opportunity to keep some.
Not at all.
So that change has affected you.
Yes, Honorable.
So now that you are making your total expenditure is more than what is being given you, has the situation improved? In the following year, were you given sufficient to cover your compensation and goods and services?
Yes, Honorable. For the Council for Tertiary Education itself, we had sufficient provision to cover our liabilities. The Council is, was largely in charge of coordination, policy oversight, and the regulation. But they had very little, resources in terms of IGF. We made IGF only from sale of publications and maybe the use of the conference center. And you'll find that over this period, this same COVID that affected everybody else, the conference center hardly, functioned. So,
all right, let's move to the management issues. Which one? The management issues, paragraph 1126, Honorable Watson.
Chairman, the case of the auditors against you is in respect of the fact that
some salary, you fail to recover some salary that you paid in lieu of notice. Now, this is in excess of 49,000. The details have been provided, the months and all that. I won't bore you with the details. The auditors recommended for the monies to be retrieved. 2021 observation, July 2023. So what have you done about it?
Honorable Chairman, as has been acknowledged, the employee left, our services, and we had to get him to settle his obligations to the institution because he gave insufficient notice. Since the query was raised, we've managed to retrieve 14,493 out of the 49. And he moved to another place, from which place he's moved again. We've tried to get him to get a settlement, a payment plan, so that the rest of the money can be paid off. But he's committed to meeting his obligations.
And he's given a formal indication to that effect by way of a letter?
Not yet, Honorable Chairman.
No, you are saying that he's committed to meeting his obligations with you. Has he communicated that formally, that we can hold on to tomorrow?
Okay, not yet. That's what we're going to work on.
So get him to put it formally on paper.
Yes, sir.
That it's committed with the terms. Have you brought the retrieval of the 26,000, the attention of the auditors?
The 14,000, yes.
Oh, it's 14, not 26.
14,000.
Okay. Have you brought it to the attention of the auditors?
It's been submitted for the auditor's review, sir.
Auditors, can you confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount of 14,493 Ghana cedis retrieved, leaving a balance of 35,504.58. Thank you.
Now, yes, he must have left in lieu of adequate notice, but was he entitled to any benefits from your employment, the time that he spent with you?
No, he was not entitled to.
He wasn't?
Yes, please.
Okay, so take concrete steps and retrieve the rest of the monies from him. We don't want to see this in the 2022 report.
Yes, please.
Chairman, that'll be all.
I want this thing to be clarified for me. Article 20A of the General Condition of Service for senior members of the Council specifies that an employee who terminates his appointment by resignation shall be required to give 6 months notice or pay 6 months salary in lieu of notice. It was based on this provision that the auditors made a recommendation or cite this infraction. Now, why is your condition under resignation here different from what contained in the Labor Act?
Honorable Chair, we are open to advice and guidance as far as this is concerned, but in the specific conditions of service as reflected then, the 6 months was what was indicated.
Yeah, I know, because the auditors quoted the article of the General Condition of Service for the Council. My question is that, as the head of the Council, where is your condition for resignation different from what pertained in the Labor Act, which says 1 month, but you are saying 6 months? Why?
Honorable Chair, I would not be able to answer that, but I appreciate the fact that we need to be consistent with national laws, and we need to rectify that. Currently, the conditions of service that we have actually specifies 3 months, but I hear 1 month here. I'm not sure exactly which one then becomes applicable, but we'll have to make an effort to align whatever we have.
Will you consider going to have take a copy of the Labor Act and look at what is pertained there. And then probably, if it's 3 months, they go by that. If it's 1 month, you go by that. By that case, we will not be fair to this gentleman if we ask him to refund 6 months
yes, sir.
pay.
Honorable Chair, thank you
will not be fair to him. Yes, Honorable Yusuf.
I think you were as if you were in my mind, and I commend you for this. Because if the Labor Act says 3 months, and you go sit in your office to do it 6 months, you are more or less contradicting the law. The law that is made by Parliament, your policies or your arrangement in your office cannot, and I repeat, it cannot supersede that law. And so, Chairman, I commend you for this. If it is established that it is 3 months, then you should look at it from that 3 months perspective. If it is 1 month, you do same. But to say that you should pay for 6 months, I think it's not fair. And so, Chairman, so the auditors should also update your minds to the national laws as against policies and what have you in our institutions. Chairman, thank you for this opportunity.
So, auditors, you have to confirm if the Labor Act is talking about 1 month, then we will compute 1 month figure, which is 8,332, which means that the 14,000 he paid is even more than what he's supposed to pay. If that is the case, the difference must be refunded to him. The difference must be given back to him. If it is 3 months, then it will be 3 times 8,300 plus, which will be about 25,000. Then you still have difference to pay. That is the situation, and that is the position. Auditors take note, clerk take note of that.
Well, Mr. Chairman.
Let's go to paragraph 1132, Alice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this infraction has to do with some unrecovered overdue staff advances. Some 6 staff of your workplace were giving some staff advances to the tune of 13,231.52. The balances of the loan now stand as 10,106.66, involving the 6 staff. Have you made the necessary effort to recover that?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. We have recovered 8,873.38 out of the 10,106.66. So the balance left as at now is 1,223.28, and we've set up our systems to have it done by August 2023.
The auditors recommended that, apart from maybe strategizing to recover this money, you should also be in the position to critically assess the affordability of applicants who will apply next time around. Are you doing that?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we are doing that. Part of the challenge, that resulted in this problem was also reliance on the staff to pay back, on their own. So they were paid salaries, and then they were expected to come and pay cash to the institution. That has since been resolved. It's part of the mechanized payroll, and the deductions are being done, in addition to assessing their affordability. Yes.
Considering maybe initiating at source deductions.
Yes, Honorable Chairman, the at source deduction is exactly what I alluded to. That's why we're able to retrieve, and that's how come we know by August and then we'll have this thing sorted.
Auditors, can you confirm that?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount of 8,873.38 recovered
leaving a balance of 1,233.28 unrecovered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. On the earlier issue, we have confirmed that the notice is 1 month. Section 17 of the Labor Act is 1 month. So kindly amend your CBA, the collective bargaining agreement that you have with at the council. Amend it to 1 month. Auditors, by that, the refund of difference between the 8,332 and the 14,000 he paid must be made to Mr. Mi Adote Abrahams. So let's go to paragraph 1138, Honorable Kofi Adams.
Missing laptop, that cost 12,000 Ghana cedi. The Lenovo laptop, did you purchase it on credit or you paid for it directly?
Honorable Chairman, we paid for it.
And you paid 12,000 for the laptop in 2021, Lenovo. Anyway, I have issue with the cost, but that's not why you are here. You are to investigate the matter, and once you do so, Mr. Evans, Techi and Nkrumah Asari should be made to replace the laptop without further delay because it was in his possession. Has he replaced the laptop?
Honorable Chair, the officer accepted responsibility and has since replaced the laptop.
The officer whose name I mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Is there evidence of the replacement of the laptop?
Yes, the laptop, there's evidence for that. It's been received and certified in the stores.
And not the same as the one that got missing?
Honorable Chair, no, it's a different one with the same specifications.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, the laptop has been replaced, but not the same. This time it was their laptop.
Why would Lenovo, is it that you didn't get Lenovo anymore?
Honorable Chair, that would be our understanding, but the specifications, the Dell and, those are brand names. The technical specifications were deemed to be the same as the one that was missing.
No, a V6, Toyota V6 is not the same as maybe Cantata V6. There may be the same specification V6 engines, but they are not the same.
Which I agree with that.
So, what circumstances led to the loss of this laptop? Or you didn't investigate that part after replacing a Lenovo with a Dell?
Honorable Chair, this was a laptop the officer left behind in the office, and it was stolen, apparently. The matter was reported to the police, and the police investigated the case. And as it is with the audit queries, the understanding was that the officer had to take responsibility. Because the very point about giving a certain category of officers laptops was for them to be able to take the work home and back. And it appeared he didn't take enough security precautions while leaving it behind.
Hello. The audit report rather said there was no police report or
an investigation report. But you are saying it was reported to the police and the police investigated. At what stage was this report? Was it after the audit and after the exit and exit conference with you before you reported, or you reported the matter before the audit?
Honorable Chair, the report was made the very day that he discovered the laptop was missing. The police came round, they interviewed the security men on post at that time. But the follow-up was a bit delayed. So at the time the audit was done, there was no police report on file. But after the audit, we followed it up and the police issued a report that the matter is still under investigation because they were not able to come to a conclusive thing. So there is a report now on file by the police.
Well, what you are telling the committee is different from what you agreed with them when they had a management engagement with you. Because you never stated that you reported the matter to the police. Because the report here, which you accepted, is that you did report to the police and there was no investigation report. Well, Mr. Chairman, the auditor said he had replaced with a Dell laptop, though it was Lenovo that was missing. So, since the officer said it's performing the functions, we leave it at that.
All right, let's move to the next one. Paragraph 1144, Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We are talking about staff vehicle loans without a policy. Do you have a policy now?
Yes, Honorable Chairman, as Honorable Deputy Minister did indicate, NCTE and NAB as at 2020 have been merged now into Gtech, and Gtech has a draft policy which is in the process of going through approvals.
You see, again, you said that to the auditors, and when they ask you to give them a copy of the policy, you couldn't find one.
Honorable Chairman, I think the draft policy is there. I don't know why the auditors didn't see that, but we have it available.
It's not that the auditors didn't see it. Management could not make available the policy for our review when it was requested.
Honorable Chair, maybe I don't understand. I don't know the circumstances, but we will make that available to them.
When will you make it available?
As soon as we leave here, Honorable Chair.
Auditors, did you see a copy of the policy? I already know the answer.
Okay. So, but Honorable Chair, as I was explaining, so now we have a new entity that we are running, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. NCTE doesn't exist any longer, and the governance instruments for that new institution are being developed, and so that is where we are currently.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Paragraph 1151, Honorable Yusuf.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, the infraction relates to conference hall management. Auditors detected that you did not manage your conference hall effectively, and so you've lost some revenue. Because if you had maintained it, you will surely get some revenue out of it. We want to find out what is the state of the conference hall, because they had said that there were broken chairs packed in that hall, and also the sound systems were not working. So it was not something that could be rented for revenue. What is the state of it?
Honorable Chair, the state of the conference facility is good now. We have remedied all the defects that were identified. Part of our challenge then was the arrangements for managing the center, and we put in place now a committee that is handling that. The place has been refurbished. The auditors had a look at it. In fact, we are in the process of upgrading it all the time. We haven't finished. We haven't stopped upgrading.
So is it now usable to the extent that you can use it for revenue?
It's very active. Very active.
Auditors, can you confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that the conference hall is now refurbished and is good for any purposes. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you.
Thank you very much. Paragraph 1156, Honorable Sampson.
Chairman, thank you very much. This paragraph has to do with you failed to declare your assets. About 7 officers, your top management, according to the auditors, did not cite, or top management did not declare their assets and liabilities. So you were asked to do so, declare your assets, liabilities, and other interests owned or controlled by them, according to the provisions quoted above. Have you done that?
Honorable Chair, I can confirm that 4 out of the 7 have done that. The others have, we are following up, to make sure they comply as well.
Oh, how long does it take for you to complete an asset declaration form? It's just 1 day.
Actually, it doesn't take long. So we have, when I took mine, for example, I was amazed. There are so many. Maybe how many items? 28 items. Many of them I had not applicable. So it's easy to complete. We've explained that to them, and we believe that it will be sorted shortly, Honorable Chair.
But they pick the forms all right?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
I beg you try and do that and submit to the auditor. Auditor, can you confirm that 4 of them have declared and level 3?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm 4 have declared their assets, left with 3 yet to fill the forms.
Chairman, if you remember, this issue came up when we were in Tamale, I think the year before. Is it an obligation for the university to ensure that their staff, their officers declare their assets? I think it's an individual affair.
Yes, it's an individual affair, but it's an institution. They have given them the employment, so they have to coordinate it.
I think the auditors can bear, because even before some of us came here, where we were, some departments you have to do it. Almost every officer. Probably I don't know, but the auditors can.
All right, so that'll be all for Gtech. You are discharged.
Thank you very much.
It's an issue. There's one issue on
which one?
National Accreditation Board, because they said they have joined them with Gtech.
So which paragraph?
1178. Just below.
Do we have the National Accreditation Board here?
But they are no more there. They are now, so they are part of this.
Hold on, I'm coming.
1178.
It's just a financial statement, not management issue. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Good afternoon. My name is Rita Akosia Dixon, Vice Chancellor, KNUST. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. My name is Andrews Kwesibuatin, Registrar. Thank you.
My name is Jerry John, Jerry John, the Dean of the Quality Assurance and Planning Office, KNUST. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Yawanimu Bafo, Finance Officer.
Honorable Chair, my name is Jim Nkrumah, Director of Works and Physical Development.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Moses Tsukwe, the Internal Auditor.
All right, thank you very much for coming.
Honorable Chair.
Oh, sorry.
My name is Kwame Edujemfi, Acting Director of Procurement.
You have about 6 infractions, but the 7th one, which is the first, is just about your financial statement. We don't have the comparative figure for 2018, but your 2019 accounts in paragraph 1074 shows a deficit of 11 million Ghana cedis. Now, when you come to your balance sheets, your liquidity ratio is about 1.2, 1.5, which is not good. At least should be, what we were told in school should be at least 2. So, how is the current situation now at the university in terms of your performance? Let's say for 2020, because this is 2019 account, for your 2020 account, has there been any improvement in terms of your financial performance?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The answer is that we have improved, and in 2019, where you see the deficit actually arose out of the depreciation and amortization of our assets due to the reevaluation that we did. So that alone, if you look at the table, gave us a bill of over 90 million. I'm just trying to buttress why you see the 11 point something million deficit. And then also, I think basically that was the main one. But Honorable Chair, if you don't mind, with your kind permission, let me ask my finance officer to take over, with your kind permission, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Just as the Vice Chancellor has just stated, this was the first time adoption of IFSAS. And so we had to revalue all our assets. Before 2019, total assets stood at 430 million cedis. During the revaluation, we had a total of 2.4 billion, and that accounted for that excess overcharge. On your question as to
on your liquidity ratio.
Honorable Chair, if you look at the balance sheet as you alluded to, we had a total figure of 119.9 million cedis relating to deferred fees, that is income. That is not a liability.
Yeah, no.
So in calculating the liquidity ratio, they should have taken that one off.
Yeah.
If you take it off, our liquidity ratio for 2019 was 3.96:1. Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
But auditors, I'm worried. Why are you putting the deferred income, which is the student fees, as a liability? Do we have it as part of the financial statement as deferred income, as part of income? We don't have it there. So in your 2020 account, has this been corrected?
Honorable Chair, the ISAS 39 requires that in preparing financial statements, the portion of income that relates to an ensuing financial year should be deferred.
Okay.
And so it has to be deferred. By in calculating liquidity, it should not be part of it. And that is the reason why I'm saying they shouldn't have included that in the liquidity ratio calculation.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, let's go to the management issue. Paragraph 1083, Honorable Sophia.
Thank you, Chairman. Paragraph 1083, running expired and unaccredited programs. The auditors are saying that unaccredited programs. The auditors are stating here that out of you have 360 programs running by the college and the institution of the university, and only 61 have been accredited. We further noted that 117 and 73 have been sent to National Accreditation Board. They are recommending that you cease running the programs. What do you have to tell this board? How come you have this infraction came up?
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The current situation as far as accreditation and re-accreditation of our programs is concerned is that this, first of all, those certificates that the auditors could not see, we have shared even more than that with them. So, Honorable Chair, may I just submit respectfully that accreditation is a process. So, as you finish with one process, you are getting ready to enter another one. So, all the time is cyclical. Whilst if you are not even adding new programs, which we do, by virtue of the fact that continually looking at the market trends, you want to review where the programs that you must add on, and especially also, well, market trends, industry demand. So at any given time, whilst the completion of one cycle is done, another is beginning. What I have to say, Honorable Chair, is that we have made a lot of progress. And as Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Honorable Chair, we run over, currently we have more than 500 programs. And as we speak, we have about over 140 accredited, and some of them at various stages of accreditation. For example, I'm able to report, Honorable Chair, that we've been working very closely with Gtech to be able to ensure that these programs are accredited. So currently, as we speak, we have over 100 programs that we are expecting Gtech to mobilize and put together faculty to come and review on our campus. And let me also add that it is the same faculty, lecturers, senior members who are mobilized on various campuses to come and do this work. So it takes Gtech a bit of time to get this done. Apart from that, we have also received over 100 responses that we have given feedback to Gtech. So a number of, we have also, we are waiting reports after Gtech visits, about 21 of them. And let me say, Honorable Chair, that those programs that are referred to here in 2019 are not the same programs that I may be reporting on even today. So that cyclical process keeps working. And I'm happy to say that we are working with Gtech and progress is being made. I do so submit, Honorable. Thank you.
Madam, Please, the auditors ask that you cease running programs that are not accredited. Have you stopped?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Those programs, as I said, are not even, a number of them are re-accreditation programs. So you are running the program, the student gets to 3rd or 4th year, then the accreditation period expires. You don't just, in the middle of it, cease running the program, Honorable Chair. What is also very instructive is that as a science and technology university, we are using technology to work for us. As we speak, we have developed an app which helps us to keep track and a handle on all the programs that we are running, so that we don't get into this kind of challenge. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Madam, the auditors are attributing the anomaly to lack of management proactiveness. Lack of management proactiveness. So they are saying that you cease running the programs. So please just be specific and tell us.
Honorable Chair, this is 2019 report that we are looking at today. And we are in 2023, 4 years on.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the audit was conducted in 2021. And it's your account which is 19. In fact, you are even late. You didn't have your 2020 account as of 2021. Because the other institution that we have already taken, University of Cape Coast and University of Ghana, they did the 2020 account, which was in this report. So when they came to audit you in 2021, you were not ready with your 2020 account. You were ready with 2019 account. That is what they did only 2019.
Honorable Chair, I'm sorry, but I am not able to confirm what you just said. What I know, you recall, Honorable Chair, that in we were here last year? Last year, before you, defending the 2018 auditor's report. And if you recall again.
Last year was 2022, when you were defending 2018 account.
Yes, please, Honorable Chair.
Now, 2023, you are defending 2019 account. And I'm saying that your other institutions in 2023 are defending 2020 account, which is contained in the 2021 report of the Auditor General. That is the difference.
Chair, we are there, so they came to do the auditing. So it is when they asked us to...
okay, let me ask you. We are in 2023. July. Is your 2022 account ready?
Honorable Chair, your question again.
2022 account, is it ready?
Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Our accounts is ready. The auditors are on site auditing 2022 as we speak. And they are almost through.
Have they audited the 2020 and 2021 accounts?
Yes, Honorable Chair. And that is where the Vice Chancellor was coming from. We were even surprised that in the Auditor General's report in 2020, where this report that we are discussing today should have featured, it never featured. Rather came into 2021. So that is the issue, because they audited us in 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. And so auditors, this report should have been in 2020, not 2021.
They are pushing everything to you. Have you audited their 2020 accounts, which should have been contained in this report of the Auditor General?
Mr. Chairman, the 2020 and the 2021 have been audited. The report that we just sent to Parliament for the 2022 Auditor General's report, they are part of it. Thank you.
So there is 1 year missing. Do you know there is 1 year missing? Because we are going to have 2020 and 2021 account, but you know, this account for 2019 should have come with the corresponding 2018 account, which you have done. In fact, you don't even have it because you have moved from the traditional system to the IFSAS. So in 2020 account, you have the 2019 as a corresponding figures. Then in 2021 account, you have the 2020 as corresponding figures. Now, what you just explained, it means that in the 2022 report, which you just submitted, we will have the 2021 account with the corresponding figures of 2020. What is missing, however, is the 2020 account with the 2019 as corresponding figures. That is missing. Anyway, so far, continue.
Madam, I'd like to find out if you've introduced new programs since the auditors came.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Please, the answer to that question is yes.
So have you done the correct things that they've asked you to?
Honorable Chair, yes, please. Thank you very much.
Can you confirm if they are complying to all that you've asked them to do?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that a lot of receipt covering payment of Gtech accreditation has been submitted and few ones are still in progress.
Chairman, that's all for them, I think.
Yes, those of you who were eager to ask questions. Honorable Park.
Thank you, Chairman. Madam Vice Chancellor, yes, sir. How long does it take to receive an accreditation for a new program from Gtech?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I will defer this to my quality assurance man who is in charge, Professor Puno. Prof.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, when it comes to the accreditation of programs, whether it's a new program or a reaccreditation process, there are a number of stages that we have to go through. So if it is a new program, the academic board will have to give approval with reference to mounting the program. And then we will have to submit an application to Gtech. Gtech will review the application, and if it's in good standing, they will request for additional documentation. Having submitted the additional documentation, they then will have to put together a panel, and the panel will come and assess the program. When the program has been assessed, then they will submit, and the accreditation committee will look at it, and then submit it to the board, and subsequently, accreditation will be granted. Each of these stages have a number of months that is required as far as its evaluation is concerned. It is possible to submit a document, and because you are not able to put assessors together, it could take as long as 2 years to get it accredited. So it is not a straight jacket response. It primarily depends on how quickly we can get the regulator come to assess our programs and subsequently accredit us.
The Gtech, Professor South was here not long ago. Is it not the case that the university has the opportunity to start the processes of re-accrediting courses before the accreditation in question expires? So why do you have to wait when you have the opportunity to initiate the processes ahead of the expiration of the existing accreditation?
Honorable Chair, if I may respond to this. The challenge has to do with the ability to put a panel together to come and assess and then take it through the processes.
But whose responsibility is it to put the panel together?
That is, the university has a responsibility to submit the reaccreditation documentation on time. We are working with the regulator regarding same. But the issue has to do with when we have submitted our application, the regulator definitely will have to put the panel together and then come and assess the program and then take it through the various processes. There have been instances where we have submitted the reaccreditation documentation, but it's taken a very long time to get the assessors to come. And so from our end, we do our part. The expectation is that working together with the regulator, we can work closely together to get the programs accredited. As the Vice Chancellor did indicate, accreditation is not an event but a process. And there are a number of bodies.
No, don't belabor that point. I know.
Honorable member, it's okay.
I know. That's fair. But you see, indirectly,
no. Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, this is a very serious matter. Very, very serious. Because Parliament was petitioned by some students just about a month ago regarding their eligibility to enter the Ghana School of Law because of matters like this. And Parliament had to intervene to plead with the General Legal Counsel to go back into time, rectify their regularity so they can apply for, so they can sit for the entrance exams. This matter featured prominently in the 2020 report, I recall. And we were assured as a committee, you assured this committee that concrete steps will be taken so that in the future, we don't go through this process. We are being told that programs are being run that are not accredited. You are charging fees for it. We've just been told by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana that it appears that students are examined on these programs. We are not taking this matter lightly. We are not taking this matter lightly. Everybody has to do his duty. We cannot be running programs for students that are paying fees, that are writing exams for which certificates are issued, and the integrity upon which these certificates are issued are called into question by auditors. So as the elected representative of the people, we don't want to see this feature in the 2022 report. Put your house in order. If I apply for BSc in Land Economy at Tech, it takes 4 years to get my undergraduate certificate. It cannot be said that within that 4 years, that program cannot be accredited. The accreditation cannot take forever. Chairman, as a committee, I think that we need to make a very strong finding of fact on this matter. Parents are looking at us, they are watching, and they are not, come and see the messages. They are not happy. Accommodation is a problem on campus. And they are struggling to pay. And when they pay and the students are studying, the program they are studying, auditors are saying that they are not accredited.
Honorable Chair, if I may. So, Honorable Chair, all the sentiments that have been expressed, we are together on this. And Honorable Chair, let me assure you that when we appeared before you last year and this issue came up, a lot of efforts have gone into accreditation. Not just even on the side of us, the university. I must also commend Gtech. On their side, they are working very, very closely with us. And almost on a weekly basis, we are exchanging histograms and data, just so we wouldn't get into where we were. We have moved on, Honorable Chair. I want to make that statement here. We have moved on. The challenge is not as it used to be in 2018, 2019, because we have listened and we continue to work with our regulators.
I think you are defending everything. As a committee, we are not happy. We are not happy.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm sorry that you are not happy, but my assurance as Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chair, to you is that we are doing everything we can, and that is why, as I said earlier, we have gone ahead to even get technology in, because that is what you use to solve some of these delaying problems. And Honorable Chair, I think I did indicate, let me say it one more time. All all those assessors that Professor Ponyo referred to, who must be put together, they are the same lecturers on the various campuses that must be mobilized for them to go to the various campuses and do the assessment. We are not able to bring any assessors, for want of a better word, outside the shores of this country. It is within our own country that we mobilize. So the same lecturers who are teaching, they are doing research, doing all that on the various campuses. Honorable Chair, they must have some time when the regulator, Gtech, puts them together to be able to go or come to us as KNUST or go to any other university and do the assessment. All these are challenges. But what I know is that we want to make sure that technology is working for us. And Gtech, as we speak, incidentally, Prof. Salifu has left, but I also know that the regulator is also working very seriously on an app so that we stop this, if you like, manual way of doing things. So, Honorable Chair, kindly calm Honorable Roxanne down and let him know that we are so much together with him on this. And we assure him that our children, our nieces, our nephews, we will make sure that the right
Madam,
thank you.
Thank you. You've spoken a lot. I want to find out if a program is accredited, what is the duration before re-accreditation?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for the question. 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
So,
and then, yes.
So, based on what Professor Ponyo said, that some processes can take as long as 2 years, can we have a program for each program that you run at the university, that when the program which is accredited run into 3 years, you start a process? You start a process of re-accreditation, so that by the time the 5 year expires, a new re-accreditation has been granted. Can we have a program like that, so that we don't have a situation where a program will expire, accreditation will expire, and you still be waiting for the Gtech to re-accredit it? Can we have that?
Honorable Chair, currently that is what we do. That a year in advance, before the expiration of a program, we trigger the processes, and so that is what we have.
So can we make it 2 years? Because your own explanation earlier says that it can take 2 years. Yeah. Can we make it 2 years instead of a year ahead?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much for that suggestion. We will take it in good faith.
Honorable Yusuf.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I want to find out, have there been an instance where Gtech refused to accredit any program?
So thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So normally what will happen is that feedback, they would give you the petitions.
If you can give me a straightforward answer, yes or no, then you explain.
Well, yes. If they are not satisfied with what you have provided, it's yes.
Good. So if it is yes, you have started a program, you've taken money from people for some number of years, they've completed, and Gtech now comes and says that we'll not accredit that program. What happens to those students?
Honorable Chair, incidentally, we haven't experienced that kind of situation at KNUST. Thank you very much.
You just accepted that they do not accept sometimes to accredit you. You said it. And that's why I asked this question.
You see, Honorable Chair, we need to, so we have accreditation, we have re-accreditation. You re-accredit a program that is already running, that has expired its duration. So if we don't need to mix the apples and oranges.
I'm not mixing this. Okay? The question I asked was that, have there been an instance where Gtech refused to accredit a program? And you said yes. And I'm saying that in the situation where you start a program waiting accreditation. Now, at the end of the day, students have graduated, but Gtech decide not to accredit it. What happens to the students?
When the program has not been accredited, you don't start. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
All right, let's move on. Paragraph 1089, Honorable Adumako Kisi.
Yes, Chairman. In fact, this would unfortunately maybe make headlines, but let me say it. Payment of double salary to people who are very knowledgeable in this country. We have 4 names here. I will not mention the names, but no, I mean, I just want to be brief. The amount involved is 488,000 Ghana cedis, 868. And as it stands, we need to know if the monies have been refunded to your institution and what measures have been put in place for people who double dip in this system using sabbatical leave. I'm sure you have an HR person here to help us.
Please, Honorable Chair. Registrar, do you want to take this? I'll defer this to the registrar, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, as far as the university is concerned, we haven't paid any double salary. These are officers who were who qualify for sabbatical leave, and as per our regulations and conditions of service, if you are qualified for sabbatical leave, we pay you your basic and your premium, and that's exactly what we did. In fact, in even the letters we wrote to them, we indicated that they are not supposed to go and take any basic anywhere else. But as far as our conditions are concerned, we did not pay any double salary. We paid the basic and the premium which they were entitled to. And therefore, we do not agree with the auditors that they were paid double salaries. Thank you very much.
Okay, so my clarification that I need is that when and if your employee does not adhere to your advice of not working during their leave or taking money from the same paymaster twice, what are the punitive measures? And were those punitive measures administered to these 4 people, or there are no punitive measures when your professors take sabbatical leave and still go and work and get paid?
Our mandate doesn't really go beyond what we are supposed to give them. So when we give them the letters of the approval for sabbatical, what we are expecting them to do is to work there. But as to whether the allowances and other things that they are taking there, it's a bit difficult for us to really monitor. What is of interest to us is, are they being paid the basic and the premium by our institution? Yes. And are they working there? Yes. Because it's a bit difficult for us to really go out there. But what we have done is to even give them a letter indicating that this is a sabbatical leave and you are not supposed to go and take any other basic. And that is what we are supposed to do.
So audit service, I per what I am hearing, I think this has to be a reconciliation from the paymaster's end, if I'm not mistaken. So what was done to the other institutions where they got the additional monies? Have we also audited them? I mean, just for my clarification purpose, because they went to other government institutions to work. So the key question is that, are we billing the other government institution, or why are these? Why is KNUST taking the burden for this? Can you help me understand?
Honorable Chair, as rightly said by the honorable member, I think some sort of reconciliation needs to be done. But we've cited the letter written to the officers on sabbatical to not to draw any salary from where they are working now. But as to the double salary, I think we need to do some reconciliation to be sure whether actually it's a double salary. Thank you.
Audit service. Your own report says that. Let's take that one by one. Professor Bayo, Marcel, Nkrumah. He was granted sabbatical leave from 1st October 2019 to 31st July 2020 to take up appointment as Director of the Institute of Traditional and Alternative Medicine at the Ministry of Health and Allied Sciences, WHO, University of Health and Allied Sciences, WHO, and granted extension to 31st July 2021. Now, that extension granted, do you grant extension for sabbatical leave?
Honorable Chair, the senior members are entitled to 2 years of sabbatical leave.
Okay.
Beyond which they have to either take leave of absence.
Okay. Now, during the sabbatical leave, do you pay them their salary?
We pay them the basic and the premium.
Good. In this case, he took sabbatical leave. The university continued to pay him. You did not offend any law, because that is what the law says. But he went and took an appointment as a director at the Institute of Traditional and Alternative Medicine at the University of Health and Allied Sciences, where he also received salary. Look at the source of the money which is used to pay the salary. What you pay him comes from the consolidated fund. What the University of Health and Allied Sciences also pay him comes from the consolidated fund. It's a double salary. Now, one will say that he has used his period. The sabbatical leave, is it not granted for the lecturers for you to go and do academic research and other things to benefit the university? So going to go and work and receive salary, is there any research there? There's a research there. So when we paid you to go and do research so that you come and benefit us, and that research you are doing, we are paying you again for that. It's not double.
It is.
You have not committed any crime.
Yes, please, Honorable Chair.
Yes, you haven't committed any crime. But we paid you to go and do research work and come back to benefit the university. But that research you are doing somewhere, we are paying you again. Because the source of the money is a consolidated fund. If you had gone to a private somewhere to do the research work by way of teaching where he is paid from a private source, we will not have any problem. So what the auditor said here is true. It's a double salary. Because the essence of the sabbatical leave is to pay you to go and do research. Here we paid you and paid you again. That is why it's a double. So we are going to uphold this. It's none of your business. But we'll refer these issues for the recovery of the money from them. I'll mention only one person, so I'll not be fair to him. I'll mention all. The second person is Mr. Solomon Pamford. He was granted sabbatical leave from 1st February 2019 to 31st January 2020 to take up appointment as Registrar of the University of Energy and Natural Resources and granted extension. So he also received the second salary from the same consolidated fund. The third person, Mr. Professor Samuel Lee Odai. He was granted sabbatical leave from 1st July 2019 to 30th June 2020 to take up appointment as Vice Chancellor of Accra Technical University and was granted extension. The same source is a consolidated fund. The fourth person is Professor Peter Chumesi. He was granted sabbatical leave from 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2021 to take up appointment as Director General of National Sports Authority. He hasn't even returned. Yeah, he hasn't returned. He will be appearing before us.
And he's a biochemist.
He will be appearing before this committee. He hasn't even returned to the university. So, if his salary at the university, have you stopped paying him at the university?
Honorable Chair, Professor Chumesi, we've received a letter from the ministry that since he assumed office, even his allowances from 2018 has not been paid to him. So there is nothing that shows that he's been paid extra money there. There is a letter to that effect, and we have given that to the auditors. Thank you.
But you paid him during the sabbatical period?
Yeah, we paid him the normal.
Yeah, so if it is established that National Sports Authority also paid him during that period, then we can establish that double salary issue. Please. Okay.
And Honorable Chair, if I may, please, with your kind permission, the other three, we upheld our responsibilities towards them. We are unable to confirm what happened when they got to the second institution. Thank you very much.
I agree with you. So if the auditors have talked about double salary, it means that you have done your work to know that at where they were doing the sabbatical leave working there, they were paid, they were receiving salary there too. Yes, auditors.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, what happens is that we have a database in our office. We have a unit that cross-checks every person who takes a sabbatical leave to see whether that person is taking additional salaries from the new institution that he's working. That is how come we were able to detect this and put it in the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Clerk, take note of this. We'll make a recommendation for the refund to be made from them. Let's go to paragraph 1095. Honorable Apak.
Most grateful, Mr. Chairman. Oh, but Chairman, this has to do with defects identified at the educational resort at Mori. Apparently, the university has some space there, and the auditors have catalogued a long list of what they believe is wrong with the facility, from generators not working to rooms that rainwater seeps in, and I don't want to go through the entire list, but the recommendation of the auditors is that the project supervisor should rectify the defects identified at their own expense. The auditors further recommend that management and staff of the development office be meticulous with their line of duty to avert the reoccurrence of these irregularities. According to the auditors, management said the contractor had made good the defects in question. However, the auditors have not been given the needed information to ascertain the claims being made. Auditors, have you now been given information to the effect that these defects have been fixed? Because it's based on your response that I will now query the university.
Honorable Chair, we can confirm from our visit to the facility that the contractor has rectified the defects. Thank you.
Very well. It is dealt with.
Thank you. Let's go to paragraph 1102, Dr. Rankin.
Thank you very much. This has to do with some maintenance, your maintenance unit, and it involves unjustified payments totaling 263,596.42. The auditors disclosed that out of the 291,000 released by the university for the maintenance activities, transactions in the sum of 263,596.42 lacked the relevant supporting documents to authenticate them. The approval from the Vice Chancellor was lacking. Approval from the Vice Chancellor that allows a contractor to employ labor for the maintenance work was lacking. Approval for the Vice Chancellor that allows a contractor to employ labor to augment the university's employed ones for maintenance activities was also lacking. And a tall list. This situation, the auditors say, can lead to misappropriation of funds at the detriment of the university. And they are recommending that you submit the documents first to them. I want to find out if you have done same, if you have done that.
Honorable Chair, yes, we've done exactly that. Thank you.
And what policies have you put in place so that all such works get the approved permits?
Honorable Chair, the approvals were there, except that at the time of the audit, they couldn't submit them to them. Subsequently, they've been given to the auditors.
Auditors, can you confirm if indeed you have gotten these documents, these approvals?
Honorable Chair, all the supporting documents have been given to us and we have confirmed them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Your next infraction is about a company using invalid tax clearance certificates to tender for contracts. And the auditors have noted that it shares Red Mango Limited, who won a contract in the university, use invalid tax clearance certificate. The recommendation of the auditors is that the tender evaluation panel should pay critical attention to Section 22 of the Public Procurement Act as amended by Section 7 of the Amendment Act when evaluating tenders. I'm sure you are not paying attention to these critical sections of the law. Is that the case? Use the mic.
Honorable Chair, with your kind permission, I will defer this to the Acting Director of Procurement, please. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, the auditor's recommendation is noted for compliance, but it should be noted that at the time of tender submission, the tax clearance certificate was valid.
All right, auditors, can you confirm? Was the tender document certificate valid, or are they paying attention to your recommendation in Section 22 and 7?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm the citing of a letter sent to GRA dated 3rd of July 2023 to confirm the validity of the certificate.
That's about a week ago. Yes. All right. The last infraction is Honorable Bauer, paragraph 1116.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and that relates to the university printing press. That you, about 14 customers of yours
the printing press about 294,123 Ghana cedis. And since 2016. We all know that the university is in need of money. You leave all this money to your customers unpaid from 2016 to date. What is the status of this? How much have you been able to collect?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. As we speak, I'll go straight to the point. What is outstanding now is the debt of University of Energy and Natural Resources to KNUST. And Honorable Chair, we have taken all the steps to try and retrieve that money from our sister university, and we are still working on that. Honorable Chair, you will recall that this is a university that KNUST gave birth to. So it's like you're giving birth to your child, and then when your child is leaving home, OEU. So it's been a struggle, but we are still working on that. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
So out of the 229,000, UNE has not paid paid anything yet.
Honorable Chair, the answer to that question is yes. And we are proposing to them that they should even do a payment plan so that we are able to give them some time so they spread it and be able to pay. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
The auditors noted in paragraph 1118 that you lacked a debt collection strategy, and that resulted in this lapse. Have you now put in place a strategy to collect your debts?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The answer to that question is yes, please. We have a debt policy in place now that is very, very helpful. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Auditors, can you confirm that they now have a debt recovery policy?
Honorable Chair, confirmed, and we can also confirm that apart from the University of Energy and Natural Resources money, which is 229,530, all the rest have been recovered. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I leave.
Thank you very much. That will be all for you, but there's a public interest question from Honorable Yusuf.
Chairman, thank you for indulging me. I got a message from somebody who is watching, and he wants me to find out whether or not your medicine program is meant for only fee paying, especially for this year.
Honorable Chair, the answer to that question is no. It's not meant for only fee paying. Thank you very much.
What it means that you have students who are there and they're not paying fees in terms of the private charges that you do, and there are some who are also paying fees. Is that the case?
Honorable Chair, the answer is yes. We have both fee paying and regular. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
No, thank you. I think the person is listening and the person has heard this answer. Thank you.
Honorable Adumako Kisi.
Yes, Chairman, this is in relation to the accreditation. I think some of the members were proposing that we look at doing 10 years as opposed to 5 years. And we only encourage you to do a proposal to Gtech. We will also do our best, because I think, well, I mean, and I'm not doing so all of us will do our best, because it will really help, one, reduce your troubles so that lecturers will have time with their students, and then also the transactional cost. And as you know, it's not just the money that is paid, but the time. So I would encourage us that we carefully look at making it 10 years. And then also, I think, to reiterate Chairman's point, let's start 2 years prior to expiration, so that many of our students who want to even travel out cannot go because they don't have the accreditation, and it's delaying more PhDs, more masters, and things like that. So kindly, let's look at it. And mothers are crying. They paid, and their students or their children don't have appropriate accreditation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. In fact, this is one of the greatest news I've received today. Because, Honorable Chair, it's something that we have been discussing. And Honorable Chair, please, you are the lawmakers, so I think that you need to provide that needed support. The 10 years proposal will be a very helpful way to try and go around this problem. And as universities, we will jump for it. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Mutala.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, alma mater of KNUST. I wanted some clarification as to whether after accreditation is given for a course to run, do they have a mechanism where they monitor how that accreditation is utilized? Now, if that is the case, wouldn't it be possible for us to make a case that if you meet all the requirements as a course being given accreditation to run, there should be automatic, re-accreditation, if you can make a case like that?
Well, you have brought a different proposal. You also brought a different proposal. Let's leave it to them to go and discuss. That will be all. That will be all for the KNUST.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for having us. Thank you.
You are discharged. Let's have University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast. Yeah. University of Cape Coast, are they in? Or they haven't come? University of Cape Coast. Okay, let's have Ghana Institute of Languages. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee. Use the mic. Put the mic on.
I am Samson Doji Panuku, the acting rector of Ghana Institute of Languages.
My name is Joel Maule, the chief administrator.
Put your mic off after speaking.
My name is Joel Maule Sedu, chief administrative officer, Ghana Institute of Languages.
Francis Obeng, the acting director of finance for University of Media, Arts and Communication.
Payne Seri Kamasu, finance officer. Christopher Lati, head, the library.
Sorry.
Honorable Chairman, if it will please the House, I would like to update this House on the status of Ghana Institute of Languages.
On what issue?
I would like to inform this House that Ghana Institute of Languages has been merged with two other institutes under the holding name University of Media, Arts and Communication.
University of
Media, Arts and Communication.
Media, Arts and Communication. Oh, okay. Is is it done by under an act of parliament?
Yes, yes, my lord.
I'm not lawyer.
That is the University of Media Arts and
When I'm
Communication.
appointed the Supreme Court judge, then you can address me, Lord. Okay. All right, so you have a number of management issues, but we'll look at your financial performance. Your account up to date is 2019. You made a surplus over the 2018, which by the figures, it looks good. So we'll not dwell much on that. Let's go to the next one, paragraph 1350. 1360 should be done by the Vice Chairman. Sorry, 1360, Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We are talking about unrecovered staff debts, and it's 157,193 Ghana cedis, and there's a long list of people who owe the institute. What has happened to this debt?
Thank you very much, Chairman. I would like to answer by saying that management took concrete steps to recover part of these debts, and I would like to use the opportunity to inform the House that, in fact, these staff who are separated, some have died, some have gone on retirement, and some are doing part-time with us. So we managed to recover 56,575.41, and this was done within the period of 2020 and 2023, as I'm talking now. I would like to stay here again that these are inherited loans.
Sir, I'm not talking about inheritance over here. Let's talk about it. 157,195 Ghana cedis and 66 pesos. How much of this have you recovered?
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. We have recovered 56,575.41. And I would like to state here that the defunct board, institute board, wrote off 54,029 cedis, 39 pesos. And this is inclusive of the total figure, out of which we paid. But I would like to say that auditors reinstated that amount to be recovered because it didn't receive parliamentary approval to be written off.
Sir, yes. I wish you will allow me to ask my questions and you give me the answers. You are setting your own questions and answering them. 157,000. You said you recovered 56,575 and some cents. What has happened to the rest of the amount?
My Lord, thank you very much for the question. So I would like to say that 54,029 cedis, 39 pesos was written off by the defunct board of the institute, and this formed part of the total figure which has been cited by the auditors. So, but out of that, management has managed to pay 11,257 cedis, 33 pesos. So what is left for us to recover now is 42,772 cedis, 06 pesos. I would like to mention that, in fact, management did everything to trace the staff, some of which we managed to get, and we took some of the monies from them. Some of them have rolled out payment plan to get the rest for us. So we are making that concrete effort to get the rest of the money paid back into chess.
Auditors, what have they recovered so far? Can you confirm what he's telling us?
Mr. Chairman, out of the total amount of 157,195.66, 67,832.74 has been recovered, leaving a balance of 89,362.92. Thank you.
Rector, when are you collecting this 89,352?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I have indicated earlier that we have managed to cite some of the staff. So we are in contact with them to get the rest of the monies back to chess. I would like to mention again that some of them are still on part-time job with us. So monies that we regularly pay to them, we take portions to make sure we get them to pay the rest of the monies that they owe.
I'm sure you are making effort to recover the balance.
Yes, Chairman.
Okay. Let's move to paragraph 1371. It's about loss of value books, 9,220.68. The recommendation from the auditors is that the amount should be recovered from the accounting assistant, Mr. Stephen Kato, and then a further advice management to recover about 1,450 from accounting assistant of the East Legon branch. Have you been able to recover this money from these two gentlemen?
Chairman, thank you very much. We have done that.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Mr. Chairman, confirm. Thank you.
Then let's go to paragraph 1382. This is about unearned salary and allowances, 18,220.47. This involved four officers: Clement Kwame, Esther Vedi Glover, as it was said, and Belinda Atingina. Now they have received salaries and then allowances which they did not earn, amounted to this figure I've mentioned. The auditors have recommended that the management should retrieve the total amount from the four officers. Management responded, said that Mrs. Esther Vediglover retired on 11/11/2019. The branch manager of the Ghana Commercial Bank was notified not to credit the bank account with any salary that may be paid into her account from the Controller Accountant General after her retirement. For Mr. Kwao, vacated post, the Controller Accountant General was informed to delete the name. So, what is the current status of these actions that you have taken?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I would like to inform this House that management has recovered all the unearned salaries from the affected staff. And
auditors, can you confirm for me?
Mr. Chairman, confirmed. Thank you.
All right, your next infraction is taxes not withheld, 32,224. These are taxes under deducted for 2018 and taxes under deducted for 2019. The two figures put together give you the 32,224. The auditors have advised management to retrieve the underpaid withholding taxes of this amount from the board and committee members and pay same to GRA. Has that been done?
Yes, please. It has been well done, perfectly done, in fact.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Mr. Chairman, the payments were done in two tranches, so it's completed. Thank you.
Your next infraction is paragraph 1445. No, 1397. Irregularities. Okay, Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, thank you. Again, the case of the auditors is that the same Mr. Kwame, in respect of the staff development policy regarding his status, there were some breaches. They have simply advised that you regularize the situation and recover the things from him. So I want to find out what you've done in respect of him.
Thank you very much, Chairman. After closely studying and examining our records, we realized that the staff involved, Mr. Kwame, duly served his bond, and he has been cleared for that matter.
Have you brought this matter to the attention of the auditors?
Yes, please.
Auditors, can you verify and confirm this?
Mr. Chairman, is verified. Thank you.
And confirmed?
And confirmed.
Very well. The other... Yeah, they're in the same way. The other infraction is in respect of some books that were borrowed by students as well as lecturers and staff. Some kept nearly a year. Now, the recommendation of the auditors is that you should have a policy regarding library books and how they are managed, so that those who default in returning them will be appropriately sanctioned. 2021 observation, July 2023. Have you complied with the recommendation of the auditors?
Yes, my lord, we have duly complied with that. And the good news I have for you is in three pieces. One.
You always have a narrative.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Number one, library policy has been well crafted, and our auditors are well aware of it. Number two, the second good news is that 65 of these books have been returned. 65 out of 85 has been returned. 20 more, these 20 affect students who are still with us. And we know as a regulation that before they complete, they graduate, they must get themselves cleared. So we are taking steps to retrieve the books from those who can get it now. The rest who cannot get it.
The narrative is too much. The auditors are saying have a policy. So if the books are with students who are still in under your tutelage, there should be a policy of renewal of borrowing. So I take for 2 weeks, I go back, I renew, then I take it for another 2 weeks. That's what the auditors are saying. So if that policy is in place and you have informed them, I want them to verify and confirm.
Very well, thank you. I think we have crafted a policy. So.
Mr. Chairman, they now have a policy. Thank you.
Chairman, that will be all for.
So that will be all for Ghana Institute of Languages, which is now University of Media and Communication. Media,
Chairman, respectfully,
and communication.
Once again, Chairman, I would like to state that there are 3 institutes in the merger. The holding name is University of Media, Arts and Communication. And we want to thank you very much for passing the bill that has become an act for us now.
Thank you very much. You are discharged.
Thank you.
Let's have the Encyclopedia Africana project. Africana project. So, kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
My name is Christian Dovi, the director of the Encyclopedia Africana project.
I am Theophilus Iyohuno, senior accountant. Honorable Chair, I am Bright Koshifiajo, head of administration.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Your financial statement is not bad, even though the figure looks small. By your size, is look good. Okay. So it's your liquidity ratio, which is not good. 1.7 is not good. So let's go straight to the management issues. Non-payments, paragraph 1034. Non-payment of dues by member states. So, according to the auditors, the member states are not paying their dues. In the absence of payment of dues by member states, the Secretariat's ability to churn out publications as program has been negatively affected. Auditor therefore recommended to management to ensure that funds given to the National Secretariat are channeled to the Regional Secretariat to carry out activities for which it was sent. Now, management responded that several activities have been initiated leading to the current decision by the African Union to make the EAP one of its flagship projects. When this is done, the Secretariat will be guaranteed with adequate financial support from the African Union. Has this flagship project 10, has it started, and are you now adequately funded from the Union?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the status of the Encyclopedia Africana project has been designated as a flagship project, one of the flagship projects for the African Union, has embedded in it a number of roadmaps that must be completed for the necessary restoration of particularly the funding support to come through. Presently, we are engaging through our sector ministry, engaging the Office of the President for approval to reconstitute the National Standing Committee of Ghana. This is one of the key pillars that will enable us to really push the agenda as it ought to be. The process is still ongoing, and with the African Union, we are also collaborating with the CEDO Directorate, the Citizens and Diaspora Directorates of the African Union Commission, and just completed a 5-year strategic agenda, which has been submitted for approval, and this will also help to, as it is, rebrand and introduce far and wide-reaching reforms to bring the Encyclopedia Africana to the present realities and requirements on the mandates. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
So, per your assessment, how long will this process take?
Well, Honorable Chair, we at the UAP Secretariat believe that when we get the Standing Committee of Ghana reconstituted, there's a lot that's already are in the pipeline, are waiting for their attention, because there are some decisions the management and current leadership cannot undertake. So we are patiently waiting for the inauguration of the committee, and the programs as has been outlined with the African Union Commission. We've had a number of engagement consultative meetings. We will be able to implement a number of them.
When will that process be completed?
Well, it's difficult for me, Honorable Chair, to say, because we are waiting the approval of the President to approve the reconstitution agenda of the Ghana National Standing Committee, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
You yourself, you are not sure of all this. Have you been doing any publication at all?
Yes, currently we are building an online Encyclopedia Africana with the materials that we have available to complement the paperback productions that we've been doing over the years. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Paragraph 1040, Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, absence of audit committee. Do you have an audit committee now?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Yes, indeed, we have an audit committee in place. Thank you very much.
Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Honorable Chair, audit committee is now in place. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
The next infraction is on paragraph 1046, and it's about unserviceable vehicles.
Okay. All right, Chairman, thank you. We realize that there are 2 vehicles at your unit, which is unserviceable, and the auditors are recommending that you take steps to dispose of them. But I realize that you say that you need to write to the Ministry of Education to transfer ownership of these vehicles to your name. Why so? I mean,
well, Honorable Chair, it was project vehicles that was allocated to us, and so at a point in time, auditors keep asking that we should fully own it by engaging the Ministry of Education for transfer of ownership. But I'm happy to report that we've gone through all those processes, and the recommendations as given by the auditors has been fully complied with. Thank you very much.
So are they serviceable? Are you using those vehicles now?
We've disposed of them.
You disposed of them.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Auditors, can you confirm if they have disposed of these vehicles?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, the vehicles have been disposed.
Thank you, Chairman. No, before.
All right, thank you very much. And Encyclopedia Africana project. That'll be all for you. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Ghana Science Association, are you here? Please introduce yourselves to the committee.
My name is Michael Osai. I'm the National President of the Ghana Science Association.
My name is Fosin Joto, the Scientific Coordinator.
My name is Eric Iso, the Accountant.
So, Ranking, Deputy Ranking, do the paragraph 1052.
Thank you. It has to do with your financials. We realize that your total income decreased by some 10.82%, from 855,338.19 in 2019 to 584,000. And the total expenditure also decreased by some 7.26%. In 2019, we spent 568,000, and in 2020, 526,000. So generally, Chairman, I'll say that their financials look good, with the exception of goods and services, where there was a decline by 46.30%. And the auditors attribute this to COVID-19, where most of the conferences were held virtually, contributing to the association's spending less on workshops and conferences. So, Chairman, generally, that will be that for their finances.
Yeah, so the next one will be done by Vice Chairman, paragraph 1061.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yours is on budgeted loans to staff, up to the tune of 47,600. Have these people paid back the loans?
Honorable Chair, all the loans have been recovered.
Now, you've learned that the recommendation was management was to desist from making such an unplanned expenditure in future to ensure the execution of planned activities. Are you now planning ahead of time?
Honorable Chair, we have put measures in place to ensure that we don't repeat this. We've put in place a staff welfare scheme to take care of this so that we don't have to give loans to staff anymore.
Thank you. Can the auditors confirm, please?
Honorable Chair, the total amount has been paid. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Your last infraction is non-functional audit committee. Do you have a committee now in place which is functioning, the audit committee?
Honorable Chair, we have an audit committee in place and it's functional. Thank you.
Auditors, confirmation.
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
That will be all for Ghana Science Association. You are discharged. Now let's have GIMPA. GIMPA, are they in? GIMPA, have you been sworn in? Okay.
They were in 13 something. I, Victoria Kumbo,
swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue. Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Sami Bonsu. I'm the rector of GIMPA.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Victoria Kumbo. I'm the registrar of GIMPA.
Honorable Chair, my name is Nana Yebuaba Isiem, Director of Internal Audit.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Kweku Kankambwedu. I'm the Acting Director of Finance.
All right, so I think we have two management issues. And your financial statement also between 2018 and 2019 doesn't look bad. But what is not good is your current ratio. So, Acting Director of Finance, I don't know how the current situation is, but as of 2019, your current ratio was bad. How is it look now? How does it look now?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. It is true, as at the time that the auditors were on site, liabilities had increased much more than the previous year. So when the ratio was calculated, it appeared a bit more higher than the previous year. Currently, we are not actually engaging in a lot of projects, so our liabilities actually aren't as much as they used to be. So the situation is much better. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to management issues, paragraph 1454, which is commercial rent without tenancy agreement. You've given us your properties to a number of institutions or companies to operate, but you don't have a tenancy agreement with them. Do you have it now?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We have the agreements on file. Thank you.
So at the time the auditors came, the agreements were on file, or it was after?
Subsequently.
Subsequently.
Yes.
So are the auditors aware?
Yes, they are aware. They came to
Can the auditors confirm for me?
Honorable Chair, we have cited the agreements now.
Thank you. The last issue is paragraph 1463. Honorable Deputy Ranking will do it.
Thank you, Chairman. And this has to do with outstanding debt of two former staff. They received scholarships amounting to 692,878.05 Ghana cedis. These persons completed their studies in 2018, but have since not returned to the school. We realize that one of them, Mr. Seth Akono Ege, has paid 133,000 from his 271 owed the school. What steps have you taken to retrieve the total amount 692 minus the 133 you have received from Mr. Akono?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Out of the balance of 692,878.05, we have retrieved a balance of 662,657.5. The first gentleman has paid the full balance of 421,526.21, and the second gentleman has paid 241,131.29 out of the balance of 271,351.84, which leaves the outstanding balance of 30,220.55, which we are still engaging the staff on to pay. Thank you.
All right, I think that is commendable, but what, do you have a payment schedule with them?
Indeed, the difference is actually as a result of a position or a balance that he has stated as should be on his account. And we have also explained to him that the balance that we received on the bank statement, which can be verifiable, was not that balance. It's much more lower. So that is what we are having the engagement on, when we believe that he will understand that there's a difference that has to be paid, and we'll draw a line under it. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm if indeed these persons have paid monies owed to the school?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount of 520,971.3, leaving a balance of 171,906.
I can explain, Honorable Chair. As at the time that the auditors were there, and they're right, there was this balance outstanding. However, there was some reconciliation that we had to do because we wanted to ascertain the fact that some balances that we had received on a bank statement actually were due from that particular staff. So it was only a month ago that he sent us a comprehensive statement which indicated details of the SWIFT advice where we could link those payments to him. And we subsequently, after their visit, sent it to them. But we are always welcome if they want to do some further analysis on that as well. Thank you.
Can you reconcile with them?
Thank you, sir.
That will be all for GIMPA. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Now, we are now going to move on to Ministry of Education. They were supposed to be here last week. They did not come. So if the Deputy Minister is here, we'll the following institutions should come forward. Ghana Library Authority, Municipal Education Office, Bagro, Municipal Education Office, Ketunov, Municipal Education Office, Akwapim North, Municipal Library, Takwa, Ghana Education Office, Kumeru, Ghana Education Service, Hohwe, Ghana Education Service, Amfrega, Ghana Education Service, Sawam, National Schools Inspectorate Authority, Metro Education Office, Kumasi, National Teaching Council, National Service Secretariat, National Ghana Education Service, Sogakope, Ghana Education Service, Kwame, and Government Secretariat, Secondary.
Please, the Bible, Quran, and repeat after me. I swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
So we'll start with National Schools Inspectorate Authority. Can you introduce yourself to the committee?
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So we are not dealing with this report. Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Hilda Ampedu, Inspector General of Schools, National Schools Inspectorate Authority.
Kojoba Akwa, Director of Finance.
Marie Boatin, Deputy Director Finance.
You have been cited for unsupported payments that in the year 2021 you incur or you make payments from 12 payment vouchers totaling 616,098 Ghana cedis in 62 pesos. but you have not supported this payment with the necessary document. Paragraph 389 of the MDA report. Have you provided the necessary document to support the PVs?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. All supporting documents have been provided, please.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
National Schools Inspectorate Authority, you are discharged. Ghana Library Authority.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Ghana Library Authority. Can you introduce yourself?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Clifford Siong, the Chief Executive of the Ghana Library Authority.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Samuel Isuman. I'm the Head of Finance of Ghana Library Authority.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Mr. Paulo Fori. I'm the Head of Internal Audit, Ghana Library Authority.
Thank you for coming. In paragraph 386, unremitted taxes, Ghana Library Authority, you have not remitted taxes amounting to 209,852.54 Ghana cedis to the Ghana Revenue Authority. The recommendation is that you should ensure that these remittances are made. Have you been able to remit the money to GRA?
Honorable Chair, over the period, frantic effort has been made, and we have been able to pay 33,053 Ghana cedis, 0.75 pesos. This is what we have made so far, and we are making effort to clear all the outstanding.
What effort are you making?
Sorry?
What effort are you making?
Honorable Chair, the issue has to do with our finances situation. So we made an arrangement with the GRE where we try to pay the current withholding whilst we also make do with the outstanding payment as well. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So currently, if you effect any payment, you immediately remit the withholding tax to GRA.
Honorable Chair, that is the situation, sir.
That's what you do now?
Yes.
So you don't have any accumulation of unremitted taxes again?
Honorable Chair, we do have some, but not to that
I'm
point.
saying that currently, anytime you make payment, you remit the tax. Or you are withholding some of them again, which you are not remitting.
Honorable Chair, we are withholding some, we are making payment on account.
Is that what the law says, that when you withhold taxes, you should keep some and send some to GRA? Is that what the law says? The law says that if you make payment, withhold the tax and send it to GRA. You see, you withheld 209,000, which you have not remitted. We are asking to do that. And you told the committee that you have remitted 33,000 plus, leaving a balance of around 180,000. Okay. As you make effort to remit that 180,000, are you accumulating additional taxes that you are withholding, which you are not remitting, or now you ensure that anytime you make payment, you remit the tax, whilst you make effort to remit the outstanding? That is my question.
Honorable Chair, the update that I have now is that anytime we withhold, we are able to make some payment. We are not able to make all. And
why?
So
Why? It means that the problem will still be there. The problem for which you are here, you are still creating the same problem. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You know that the way you are speaking, you know that it's a wrong thing. But because of your financial positions, you want to keep government money. Okay? Because nobody will come and chase you for it. Why are you doing that? Where will government get money to pay our salaries? You know very well that it is those monies that goes to government that comes back to us in the form of our payment of our salaries and goods and services and everything. If everybody decide to say whatever is due government, we will keep it. Will government have money to pay your salary? No. And you'll be complaining. At the end of the month, now if salary is delayed 3-4 days into the following month, we complain. Don't we complain? We all complain. In Parliament here, our salary delays. And we complain. It is because the money is not going to the account from where government will pay us.
Honorable Chair, please, I would like to assure you that before the end of this year, plans, we've made some plans where management met, we had a discussion over this, and that we'll be able to clear.
You don't have any plan. 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 If you have any plan, you would have ensured that the current withholdings are remitted. Whereas that plan will work on how to clear the arrears. Now you say you are making plan to clear the arrears. Yes, you are building up on the same infraction. I don't think that you are doing well. Ghana Library Authority. So now make sure that every payment that you effect, any amount that you withhold, don't keep it. Raise the PV for GRA at the same time that you are raising the PV to the supplier. So the head of the library, make sure that when you are endorsing the check, signing the check for the payment for any supplier, the component that relate to withholding tax, if that check is also not accompanied, don't sign the original one.
Well noted, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Is that very well noted, Mr. Chairman.
Once you make plan to do good, the outstanding balance of over 180,000. Your next infraction is on paragraph 391. And ranking member should take it. 391.
Thank you, Chairman. It has to do with the payment of unearned salaries. And we have about 25 cases of institutions, and districts that people receive salaries that they do not deserve. And we noted that 88 staff from these 25 institutions in 11 regions who separated from their respective institutions were paid unearned salaries totaling 1,082,445. Please, have you been able to recoup these monies? Because the auditors are
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Ghana Library's own is 3,745 out of the total which was mentioned.
All right. So I realized that the chief executive was a bit confused. Okay, so yours is 3,745.20 Ghana cedis from Greater Accra, and it involves one person. Have you been able to? How do you reconcile this, sir?
Honorable Chair, yes, it's been paid. The gentleman in question, by the name Mr. Emmanuel Ntwijemfi, the situation arose when double salary payment was made into his account in the month which was stated, and then it's been deducted by controller. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Auditor, can you confirm if it's been deducted at source?
Honorable Chair, the full amount has been paid. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
So the next one is actually Ghana Library Authority who, and that will be done by the Vice Chairman, paragraph 424.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have a delayed project at home, and the recommendation was to the regional librarian to liaise with Executive Director of Ghana Library Authority to communicate formally to get fund to ensure that priority is given to completing the project to avoid high variation costs. What is the status of this project?
Mr. Chairman, Ghana Library Authority is not the awarding institution for that particular project. That project was awarded by the Regional Coordinating Council. We are only a beneficiary institution. However, we have also made effort to get in touch with the RCC and get fund. And so far, I'm aware that between the RCC and get fund, AESL, which is the consultant, is working on getting a new contractor to go on site. Thank you.
How long has this process been going on? Because it could go on forever.
Yes, this project started way back in 2003, and it has gone through several phases. But just as I explained, the Ghana Library Authority do not have any direct control when it comes to managing and supervision of the project. It was done by the Regional Coordinating Council in the Volta region. Thank you.
Yes. So, auditors, has anything been done?
Honorable Chair, the situation remains the same.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Deputy Minister, this one is get fund. Tell them to complete the project for the Library Authority.
Since 2003.
Yes, Honorable Chair, well noted.
The way you are laughing, you lost hope. That is all for Ghana Library Authority. You are discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's have a Municipal Education Office, Bogosu. Are they here? They are not in. Are they in? It's paragraph 386.
Honorable Chair.
It's on the unremitted taxes.
Last week they were here. Bogosu was here.
No, they were not. All those people who were not here, I sorted them out. Okay, let's move on. The next one is Ketunov. GES Ketunov. Are they here? Minister, you promised bringing them, but you have failed.
Honorable Chair, according to the Director Internal Audit for GES, he called Ketu North.
Yes.
And then Bogosu, yes, last week they were here. The recommendation was they should send document to Audit Service for verification. So the Bogosu was here, Honorable Chair. For Ketu North, they were called. I don't know what prevented them from coming. Thank you.
But it's Bagro. No, it's Bogosu, sorry. Bogosu. So, you promised bringing Ketunov. Why are they not here?
Honorable Chair, we informed all of them. They have not
communicated to us why they have not come.
When you informed them, have they given you the assurance that they'll be coming?
Yes, we told all of them. Nobody gave any excuse.
So why are they not here?
So their colleagues, their counterparts are here, so they haven't sent any message to me.
So what are you going to do to them? Will you bring them another day?
So we may have to find out why they...
It's about unsupported payment. An amount is only 2017. That's my district, oh.
Your district has not communicated to us. So
it's not my duty to do that. It's your duty.
No, I'm talking about...
If it's my duty, I would have brought them.
I'm talking about the director. The director has not communicated. We informed them.
Okay, Aquapim North. Is Aquapim North here? Okay. We'll take decision on Ketuno. For Bogo, so you claim that they were here last week, so it's Bogosu, not Begro, Bogosu. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
I'm Lawrence Jar, Municipal Director of Education, Ekwapim North. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Benjamin Oakley, Municipal Accountant, Ekwapim North.
All right, so you have one infraction, which is payment of unearned salary. And Ekwapim North, there are 3 staff involved. The total amount is 12,408 Ghana cedi, 50%. The recommendation is to recover the money from them. Have you?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 2,000 cedis have been able to recover from one of them, and an effort is being made to recover all the amount, Mr. Chairman.
Auditors, can you confirm that 2,000 have been recovered?
Honorable Chair, we cannot confirm. Thank you.
Do you have evidence of the recovery of the 2,000?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Did they pay cash that you paid to the recovery account?
We wrote a check to the recovery account, Mr. Chairman.
Who wrote the check?
The office. The person is outside, so the person transferred the money into
the office
account, and we wrote the check to.
Okay.
I have a copy.
So show that evidence to them.
Okay.
So do you have an arrangement with them to recover?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We are trying our best.
Have you had an arrangement with them? Yes,
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the arrangement you have covers the 3 of them?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. That is why one of them we were able to recover.
What is the arrangement? How much are they paying, and per what interval are they going to pay?
Mr. Chairman, we have written a letter to them through their CISOs that and then we have also made an effort to involve the BNI officer in the office so that they could put some fear in them so that the money will be recovered in no time.
Is that an arrangement?
Yes, Mr.
Do you have an arrangement with them? Yes, we have. What is the arrangement? We have written letters to them. We have asked BNI to put fears in them. Is that an arrangement?
Mr. Chairman, we have given them a deadline of 3 months, Mr. Chairman.
There is not an arrangement. You don't have any arrangement with them. You don't have any arrangement with them.
Mr. Chairman, the issue at stake, one is on retirement. We've tried severally to get her to pay. She hasn't, so we have written a letter to embargo her benefits just to compel her to come so that we can have that arrangement. And we have a copy of the letter that we sent to the bank here.
embargo on her what?
Retirement benefits.
You wrote to which institution?
GCB Bank.
GCB Bank.
Yes, please.
All right. Did GC Bank respond to you?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Normally, when we write to them, they don't give us a feedback, but they act on our letters.
Then pray hard. The next infraction is on paragraph 417, and that's Ekwapim North. You have store items procured but not accounted for, up to the tune of 108,552. Have you accounted for these items?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please, all the documents has now been given to us, except a distribution list that the auditors are still requesting. We are trying to get, those items were actually bought by the MP and distributed during the COVID time, and then we were not given the distribution list. We are still on them to get those distribution lists, which is becoming difficult, Mr. Chairman.
Now, when you say you are on them, it's just one MP.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. The special assistant in the municipality.
And what is his excuse?
Mr. Chairman, he keeps saying for them they needed a rise and they stepped in and the MP stepped in. So they didn't know there should be something like that to be given to the municipal education office.
One more time, please. I didn't get what you said.
He said he didn't know we will request for a distribution list. So they only stepped in to solve an immediate need problem, Mr. Chair.
We are talking about laptops, mask sets, exercise books, nose masks, and we all do. All of us MPs, we do that.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, we are still making the effort to get the distribution.
No, you haven't made enough effort. You pull the guy to your office and he needs to let you know what schools he sent them to. Get a distribution list. We are all members of parliament and we all do the same thing. Yes, sir.
Chairman, thank you very much. Were you not part of the program to distribute the laptops as a district office? Or the mathematical access to the students?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please, I wasn't the municipal accountant then.
But who was? Your predecessor?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And is the office saying that when the MP was giving these materials out, they were not involved?
Mr. Chairman, that is what he's saying.
But was all this covered by the office under the COVID period?
Mr. Chairman, per the documents that I have, that is why and most of them were COVID items. That is why I said.
How are laptops and mathematical access COVID items? I'm sure the masses were for the BEC exams.
Yes.
And the laptops will be meant for the ICT teachers in the district to help students in ICT tutorials. So, don't you have circuit supervisors? Sometimes we also need to help the system. Even if the MP is at fault, the circuit supervisors will know these things and take note of them. all the auditors want to know is that the public funds are being expended on a public cause, and there's evidence to show for it. That's all. That's all. We don't have to be aloof about what's happening to improve the system. Let's help each other. We're all stakeholders.
Okay, auditors, obviously you still don't have the distribution list.
Yes, Honorable Chair, we don't have it.
Director of Internal Affairs at GES, I hope you take note of this.
Yes, please, Honorable Chair.
All right, you guys are dismissed. The next one is Municipal Library, Takwa. It's Municipal Library, Takwa, are you around? Okay, if not, GES Kumewo. GES Kumewo, are you around? Okay. What about GES Hohoi? Please introduce yourself to the committee, please.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm Janet Valerie Dacha. I'm the Municipal Director of Education, Pokwe.
I'm Emmanuel Kwame, the head of planning unit, Hohoi.
I'm Jinan Elias Abubakar, the internal auditor, Hohoi.
Okay, your infraction is on paragraph 4.
Hello, I'm Peter Ite, the accountant.
Oh.
Yes, Hohoi.
Sorry, sir, I didn't see you out there. Your infraction is on paragraph 409, and that will be handled by Honorable Simpson.
No. No. Is it 389? No.
It's 389. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 389 has to do with 21 unsupported payment, 21 PVs, 161,337. The auditors observed that these payments were made without supported documents. And the recommendation is that you were supposed to retire those this amount. Are you able to do it?
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman.
Able to find the documents and make them available to the auditors?
Yes, please. We were able to find the documents in the section of an amount of 60,259 Ghana cedis, which were reports. And then, unfortunately, those who executed the activities are now on retirement. And we find it difficult bringing them back to help us retrieve those reports.
The data is deceased.
So who then will be, so how do we get the money? Because that's government money. How do you find it difficult to get 60,000 Ghana cedis?
Yeah, please, Mr. Chairman, the spending officer the then director is also deceased now. So it's a bit difficult getting the people. Actually, there are evidences that the activities were really undertaken, but it's only the reports that we could not trace. Thank you.
What type of evidence do you have?
That's the documents in terms of receipts and other attachments.
That you have incomplete documents. Have you put them before the auditors? Have you discussed that with the auditors?
Yes, please.
So how do we get the money? To get the money? don't you have a police station, can't you report those parents or those involved to see how the police can assist you to get the money?
Okay, sir. When we get back, we will try and then maybe inform our regional bosses, and then we'll see how best we go about it.
It means that you have not even made any effort to look for those people. You are telling the committee that they are on retirement and then some are not on F.
Please, Mr. Chairman, the receipts for those activities are there. All the invoices and then the receipts are there. It's only the reports of the activity that we could not resell.
Auditors, how do we handle this? According to them, they've got enough documents to prove to you that the expenditure is genuinely made. But the problem is report. What type of report is that?
Honorable Chair, out of the 161,337, they provided documents to support an amount of 101,078 cedis. We still need the activity reports to support the amount of 60,259.
So you still have more documents to provide, right?
Yes, please.
Do you have those documents?
We call on those people, although they are on retirement. Some of them travel, so they promise when they get back, they will kindly get us them.
When are they getting back?
Actually, some promise by the end of this month they will be back.
So we give you up to the end of this month for you to provide the documents to the auditors?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay.
Chairman, may I clarify some? What is the nature of this expenditure, the 61,000?
These are reports on activities that were performed. One is on...
What is the nature of the expenditure?
The activity is for training of some of the teachers in the basic schools. And another activity is also monitoring of some private schools.
Accountant. Accountant. Are you the accountant?
No, please.
What's your portfolio?
I'm the auditor.
Auditor?
Yes, please.
And you are saying that a seminar that was done to train teachers, even the people who participated can give you a small report to give to auditors? Monitoring, that you start in a vehicle and went around Hohwe municipal district to monitor activities of schools. You come by, you can prepare a small report to give to auditors, too much so that it has to get to Parliament for you now to tell Parliament that you have to go back. No.
Yeah, Honorable Mutal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Auditor, mine has to do with the monitoring. I thought there is allowance for monitoring. Right? Is the allowance they took?
Yes, please.
Was the allowances given to just an individual teacher or employee, or it was given to a group of employees, more or less?
So it was given to a group of employees.
When was that?
That was 2020, and then from 2020 and 2021.
So we are in 2021 today?
2023.
And you are aware that this infraction was identified by the auditors? But the least you could do was to get the report. Even if you had submitted it a week before appearing here, it would have been understandable.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, just yesterday, some brought us some, so we are left with only 2 of them to bring.
Okay, you've been given up to the end of the month for you to provide the information to the auditors.
Thank you, sir.
Your next infraction is on paragraph 397, and it's uncompetitive procurement. and the amount is 70,384. This one we are recommending you to face the prosecution. You meet the Attorney General. Clerk, please add the name to the list. The next infraction is on paragraph 426, which is deputy ranking.
Thank you, Chairman. You bought fuel to the tune of 3,510.98 Ghana cedis on 11 separate payment vouchers for 6 unofficial vehicles. The auditors are recommending that we should ensure recovery of the amount from the accountant. Have you done that?
Mr. Honorable Chairman, sir, in actual fact, those activities were performed before we went there, but when we came, it was fuel bought for vehicles during the DEC examination, for which by then there was only one vehicle. Meanwhile, there are several centers, and they fell on other schools' vehicles and then some assembly vehicles to help us. So it wasn't that the fuel was not bought. Thank you, sir.
So, so are you suggesting that 3,510 you can account for it? Is that what you're telling us?
Honorable Chairman, sir, it was done before we came, so we tried our best. We couldn't get the vehicles to get the logbooks for the auditors.
But the auditors are recommending that the accountant, please, who is the accountant? The accountant and the director. If you cannot trace these documents,
please. By then we were not there.
It doesn't matter. I mean, because we're in there, you didn't follow up. Where is the former director and the former accountant? Where are they now?
Honorable Chair, please, the former director is resting with the Lord. And the receipts are there. There is only that they used then, as the accountant is saying, we're not there. So they used other department vehicles for the exams.
Oh, okay. Other department vehicles. Okay.
And schools.
All right.
The schools in the municipality.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then I think I'll leave this to the discretion of the chairman, because it makes a lot of sense. So, Chairman.
These vehicles stated in the report, the numbers, which of them belongs to the Hohwe office?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. None of them belongs to the office.
But can I identify any of them that belong to any of the department vehicle they use?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. We have the numbers because we're not there that so according to the records, the numbers of the vehicles. Vehicle number 1, GW 73991, Y, GV 39816, GR 37011, GE 832209, GT 280812, VR 786L, and GV 28316. They were the vehicles we were told were used.
Yeah, the vehicles numbers are here. But what I'm asking is that, for instance, if you take GW 7399Y, do you know the department or the school that it belongs? In the municipality, because according to the explanation, they use vehicles that are for other schools or other departments purposely for the exercise. So the first one, do you know the department that it belongs?
No, please.
Okay. All right. Well, I think the account to be able to account for this will be difficult for the new officers who are in place. Yes. Now, auditors, these vehicles that you mentioned, so they are unofficial vehicles. The director and accountant are claiming that they are vehicles that the old administration used or got from they pull from other sources to be able to provide the monitoring of the exercise. How, if you say unofficial vehicle, do you mean because it doesn't belong to the Hawkway office, that is why you say it's unofficial? Or you mean it's a private vehicle?
Honorable Chair, what we meant was that most of them was private vehicles and not official. If we're assuming the GV ones, we know it's government vehicles, so we will accept that one. But for those private vehicles, that's where the difficulty is.
No,
there's no GV.
There is no GV here. The one with no number, we don't know whether it's GV. But GW, GR, GE, GT, and VR. There is also no evidence to prove that the fuel bought for these vehicles were actually used for the exercise.
Honorable Chair, that is the difficulty. They only provided receipts, but as to whether actually the fuel was used for that exercise, that would have been, but we can't confirm the use of the fuel.
All right. I think we need to flag this. That is paragraph 426. Let's get to paragraph 429. Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, payment not fully accounted for, 22,478. Have you accounted for this amount?
Honorable Chairman, please, yes.
Auditors, could you confirm that one, please?
Honorable Chair, all the necessary documents have been provided and we are satisfied with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's have National Teaching Council. So you are the charge. Huawei. National Teaching Council.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
Can you introduce yourself to the committee?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Please, my name is Christian Abde Poku. I'm the Registrar, National Teaching Council.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. My name is Oliver Nkrumah, Deputy Finance Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Please, my name is Daniel Asaibusu, the Internal Auditor.
All right, you have only one issue in the report, paragraph 389 will be done by Honorable Kofi Adams.
Eight PVs, amount involved 357,554.50 Ghana cedi. According to the auditors, you had no relevant supporting documents to suggest or to indicate that these monies were properly used. Have you been able to provide any documents after this report has been written?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. All the supporting documents have been provided and they have been verified by the auditors.
Auditors, did you accept the documents submitted to you, though you wanted them to refund the money?
Honorable Chair, we are satisfied with the documents provided.
Chairman, documents submitted, auditors are satisfied, not money. Thank you.
All right, that'll be all for National Teaching Council. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Is student loan here? You are here? Wow. Well, I'm going to break to protocol. Come. Swear them in and let's take them.
I
swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please introduce yourself to the committee.
My name is Nana Ajayeboa, CEO, Student Loan Transfer.
My name is Justice Wiafisa Akwadie, Acting Director of Finance and Administration.
All right, Honorable Kofi Adams will take it. Oh, I'm sorry, Honorable Sampson will take it. And it's paragraph 1435.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I've gone through your table, the statement of financial performance, the trend analysis,
expenditure and income, the variation is not all that bad. But the bad debt, what brings about the bad and doubtful debt?
Okay, it's from the student loan portfolio, the bad loans.
You mean the loans you give to students?
Yes.
I know normally when you give to students that are guarantors, and when somewhere they default, you take your money back. Those who also start working, you treat your money from private need contributions. Or how does it become bad?
Okay, so Honorable Chair, per the financial, we're using IFRS 9, and the standard, if there is a debt, you need to do aging analysis and then take those that are doubtful, then you compute the bad debt on it. So it's a standard that we need to comply with. So all the mature loans, we do the aging analysis and then do those that are probable to be in the default.
If you look at that particular line item, you will see that you have a charge, you have reversal for bad debt, and you have doubtful debt. Reversal for bad debt and doubtful debt. So if the debt is bad and you reverse it, must it be the same color with the bad debt? If a debt is bad, you have reversed it, you have declared it bad, then after 1 year you have been able to get that money back. How do you combine the two or the three in one line?
I think the way they did it, by natural sense, is a bad and doubtful debt. So, for instance, the loans, if they go bad, we recover them. Not that we don't recover.
Well, because when it becomes bad, it becomes like a negative. When you recover, it becomes positive, it becomes an income. So if you put the two together, you will see that it's not clear. I think, Chairman, if you look at their table, there seems to be matching the expenditure with income, and the current ratios too are not so bad. So, Chairman, I leave it here for you. Just that, I don't know whether just one, they say you've been able to reduce your current liabilities from 30 to 2. How did it happen?
We are having some money in investment at that time, but for 2020 we had few money in investment. That's the reason why. Yes, what I said is in 2019 we had excess funds in investment, but in 2020 we had few, so that is how come that we're able to reduce.
I think this because somewhere I can see that an amount was paid to College of Education allowance by a certain amount. How did it happen? Was it that you were owing them? Why should you pay them? How did it happen?
Okay. Honorable Chair, we disburse the Colleges of Education allowance, and then the Ministry of Education, they give us grant for the operations, because we need to, when we are paying, we pay charges on the e switch. So we get a grant from them, and then we use it in our operations. So it was not paid to them, but rather we use it in our operations.
Chairman, you can handle this. Yes.
Honorable Chair, is administrative grant that the Ministry of Education gives to us to disburse allowances to colleges of education.
Honorable Kofi Adams, public interest question.
Mr. Chairman, there was a policy that was introduced 2015-2016 to benefit qualified students but needy, such that immediately you gain admission into a tertiary institution, the student loan trust steps in to offer you monies to be able to pay in advance before all the documentations get concluded. It looks like that program is no more working, and anytime they gain admission, it is MPs who suffer. They land on you with your admission letters requesting for you to pay all these monies, even though there's a policy that you are supposed to pay even in advance. Immediately they get admission, you help them to pay these fees before even you process their loans later. Why is this policy not being implemented?
Honorable Chairman, that policy was never implemented. I came to student loan in 2017. It was only in paper. It was never a policy that has been implemented. Now we are sensitizing the high school. Yeah, it was never implemented.
The policy was developed for implementation. So you had the responsibility to implement. I'm asking, why are you not implementing it? That's the question.
Honorable Chairman, what I'm saying is that there was no policy like that. I didn't come to meet any policy like that. What we are doing now is that we are sensitizing high school students to be aware. We are aware of that challenge, that when students gain admission, the tertiary institutions are asking them to pay admission fee, and then they run to student loan. But student loan, you have to be on school list. So it is that ping pong. So it's an issue that we seek to remedy, but there's no such policy in place beforehand.
Chief Nana, you said you made a policy that is on paper. A policy is supposed to be on paper and not in the sky. By all means, it will be on paper. And it was on paper that this problem was identified. And it is to be resolved by this kind of intervention. What is the challenge for what reason you are unable to implement, if you don't want me to call it policy, these intentions?
Honorable Chair, what I meant is that it's something that they talked about. There was nothing there that indicates that we pay students upfront to get admission. There's nothing in our books like that.
So, will you consider looking back at that intention, if it is an intention, and develop it into a policy?
Honorable Chair, something that I've discussed with the Honorable Minister of Education, that we need to implement a policy like that. So now we are starting with sensitization of high school students so that they become aware of the existence of the student loan, and then we help them to pay upfront for them. But there wasn't a prior policy like that.
That will be all for you. We are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
So, Honorable Minister, if you can go back to your chair. Okay. Do you have GS and Africa? Please join the table. Can you introduce yourself to the committee?
I'm Prosper Yevu, Director of Education Nobdine. Prosper Yevu, Director of Education Nobdine.
My name is Bright Kwame, the accountant.
All right, so your issue is about unsupported payments for Amfrega. There are 4 PVs. The amount is 38,057. Have you supported the PVs?
Yes, please, Chairman. It has been supported.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, all the relevant documents have been provided and we are satisfied with them.
GS and Fuga, you are discharged.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Sam, GS Sam. Can you introduce yourself to the committee?
My name is Samuel Otopa Into, Municipal Director of Education in Samoma Treasury.
Your issue is about failure to obtain roadworthy certificate and insurance cover for Isuzu pickup, Mahindra, and 5 motorbikes. The recommendation is that the director should immediately ensure that the vehicle and the motorbikes are insured and roadworthy certificate obtained. Have you done that?
Thank you, Chairman. No, sir. The issue is we have some budgetary constraints, and as of now, we've not had funds to do that. I managed to table this at the Municipal Education Oversight Committee meeting to find out whether the Assembly can also help me do that. But as of now, we've not gotten funds to do that. But I promise, anytime I have funds, I will do that.
I'm not sure you will get that funds. Because the GES headquarters, they don't give you guys
anything. You guys are relying on the MPs all the time. In fact, I have been buying tires for the vehicles in my district. GES. Office stationery. I give them money to buy. And I know it applies to every MP. So please, you won't get that money for insurance. You won't get it. Unless the minister here will promise me that she will deliver that money. Minister, will you give them money?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, as and when funds are made available. Thank you very much.
Why would the fund become available? Since this government came to power, every time when funds become available, every time when funds become, and the fund never become available, and we are suffering. You need to be changed.
Honorable Chair, I don't agree with you 100%.
I don't expect you to agree with me.
Because you had funds to buy the Isuzu pickups, to buy all the motorbikes.
But you don't have money to fuel them.
So when
you don't have money to maintain them. You don't have money to get insurance for it.
Honorable Chair, when funds are made available, we do the needful. Thank you very much.
Kindly insure the motorbikes and then the vehicle when funds become available.
Thank you, Chairman.
You are discharged.
Thank you.
Let's have Metro Education Office, Kumasi. Are they here? They are not here. So let's have
Honorable Chair, last week they were here.
They were not here. I have record of everything. So if I call, it means that they are not here. Stand down. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Dashinachu Agbo, the district PRO.
My name is Alhaji Raji Sefiu, district accountant, Southern.
So your infraction is that there are two staff who receive salary they did not earn, and the amount is 3,069 Ghana cedi, 15 pesos. You have been asked to recover the money, have you?
Yes, sir.
Can auditors confirm?
Honorable Chair, the total amount has been recovered.
Some that you are discharged. So, can confirm?
Thank you, sir.
South Town.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
Please, Kumasi Metro, it was in connection with an earned salary, and they were cleared.
Auditors, can you confirm the Kumasi Metro on earned salary?
Chairman, a moment.
Okay. Southtown, can you introduce yourself to the committee?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. My name is Celestine Sewenam Ajua Kosi-Agodo, District Director.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Jerry Yabariga, the Internal Audit Head.
Thank you. So, you are cited for unearned salary, two staff who received salary they did not earn. The amount is 10,089 cedis, 83 pesos. You've been asked to recover the money from the two officers. Have you recovered the money?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. We were able to recover the amount and pay to chest.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm. In the case of Kumasi Metro...
Wait, let me discharge them first. So once you can confirm, Southtown, you are discharged. Now you can talk about Kumasi Metro.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Auditors, the Kumasi Metro.
Yes, Honorable Chair, in the case of Kumasi Metro, an amount of 11,792.11 was recovered from Akosa Kujo and paid him, so the matter is resolved.
Okay. All right. Government Secretariat School, secondary, are they here? Can you join the table? Secondary, Government Secretariat School. They're not here. Director, internal audit, do you have any issue about to know what the issue, whether it has been cleared or not? That's part.
No, please, Chairman. Government Secretariat is not under GES.
Okay. Which other institution left here which you have not attended to?
Secondary, the Regional Education Office, secondary Takoradi.
Education Office, secondary Takoradi. All right, can you join the table?
I, William Havo,
swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
By the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
All right, so we're seeing Regional Education Office, secondary, overpayment of night allowance. You will pay a number of, now you pay one Charles, Osbert, Folsom, and 5 others. A total amount of $40,288 Ghana cedis. And allowances totaling 24,760, giving a total of 65,048 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos. Now these are overpayment of night allowance to these officers. The recommendation is that you should ensure that the accountant recovers the money from them Has that been done?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No. It's not a night allowance. It's a daily sustainable allowance paid to those staff, which the budget came from our headquarters, GS. So it's a money, not night allowance. The PV stated that daily sustainable allowance and not night allowance. So mistakenly, okay.
Auditors, is it true that the issue is misreporting, and for that matter, there is no need to recover the money?
Honorable Chair, it's not a misreporting. Okay. It's a DSA, and we all know DSA are given to officers who travel so out of station. So it is part of the night allowance that is stated. But as earlier one discussed, they have a rate that is paid. This way, they had a budget from the headquarters. So for now, with the budget from the head office, which was approved, I think the matter can be put to rest.
Okay. So there's another one, which is 447, unjustified use of fuel, 11,500. Yes, so you have paragraph 447, unjustified use of fuel, 11,500. You are spent on fuel for private vehicle without evidence of conducting any official duties on behalf of the office. This is similar to what we've seen in case of the is it Huawei? Yes, Huawei. So have you recovered the money or adequately accounted for the use of the money, the fuel?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have not recovered the money just because, as we just already said, there is the money, we have only one pickup. And this was used for monitoring the WASI and BC exams, and there was evidence and the reports from after the monitoring. All those were there, but according to the auditors, because we don't use official vehicles, they have to refund the money. Meanwhile, it is true that the expenditure was legitimate. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
This is similar to the earlier one, so I'll flag that one too. The last one is paragraph 389, is unsupported payments. And Western Regional Education Office, Second D, 1 PV, amount is 69,160. You do not support it. Can you give us an update on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It has been done, and they've come for verification. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, we are here to get the supporting documents. Thank you.
Director, you said they have come to look at it.
Yes, Chairman. Because of that, as I was coming here, I haven't carried the PVs along. Yeah, they've come do everything is on it.
When did they do it?
Yesterday, I've been called the chairman, the regional auditor, Second D, audit service. She confirmed that they've talked to their people already, so I should come. So that's what I'm aware of. They have come and do the verification. So,
but there is no evidence with the people here, the auditors here, that she has reported to them if they have cleared you. All right, so you need to verify from the regional auditor.
Well noted, Chairman.
That'll be all for you at the charge.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Which other institution is left? That means we are done. All right, so Honorable Minister, that will be all for you. You are discharged, Director, you are discharged. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So, honorable members, that brings us to the end of our sitting for today. We have 3 ministries that are coming or appearing before the committee tomorrow. They are Ministry of Health, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and Ministry of Justice and Attorney General's Department. On that note, the committee sitting is adjourned to tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the forenoon.